Well, here it is, you guys, and I'm not sure what to say. This is the first video that I've done here in my garage, at my set in the garage that I've spent many years building in quite some time, because I have an office now. I've been shooting videos there. It's been going great, but I kind of left this set intact because I thought maybe I might need to emergency shoot a video here at some point. I haven't really needed to do that, and I'm now at the point where I need some of this stuff over at the office, so it is finally time to say goodbye.
Excellent!
Today's video is brought to you by the new Height Eclipse HG10 wireless gaming headset, combining a clean matte lunar gray color scheme with competition-grade functionality, including 2.4 GHz wireless connectivity with 30-hour estimated battery life, high-fidelity 40mm neodymium drivers, a detachable unidirectional mic, USB Type-C connectivity with an included 1.8-meter cable to play and charge at the same time, and conveniently accessible controls for power, volume, and mute. For more on the Height Eclipse HG10 headset, click the sponsor link in the video description. So here it is, the desk, the set, built over many years, covered in many garage work logs if you guys are interested in how I put this all together. I think I was one of the first to make use of these countertops from IKEA as sort of a wraparound desk, and that's of course become a trend that's widely popular amongst tech YouTubers and otherwise. And these are actually what I need and the reason why we're disassembling this today. So our goal here in the garage is pretty simple for today. These three countertops that wrap around here, we need to pull out. They're partially wall mounted, they have some legs in there as well, and I'm gonna move these into the middle room in the office because I have a bunch of benchmarking to do coming up really soon. I'll let you guys guess what we're gonna be benchmarking in the comment section down below, but I've already spent enough money on desks for the office, so we're gonna repurpose these for the time being and relocate them over there. We're also gonna be grabbing a few other things that have been hanging out here, such as my 1 million subscriber plaque, got my old school 100K subscriber plaque there as well. Data, of course, should come along as well. And I actually spent a fair amount of time clearing this off yesterday because the rest of my garage is in its usual state of chaos and disarray. Like, I never point the camera this direction because it's just the laundry and stuff, and the laundry has been gradually taking over the garage. Joe's here, by the way, too. Hey, Joe. But that's pretty much our starting off goal for this morning, and of course, Arctic Panther has been sitting over here in the corner being neglected and not used very much for quite some time. I'm not ready to take Arctic Panther apart yet, but it's definitely going to be moving from its position here in the corner. Then I'll also be gathering up a few other random items, knickknacks, things that need to be transferred over to the office as well from here. But that's about enough intro and exposition for now, so let's get started taking my old set apart. Can't forget this. Actually, here's an important thing we need to do before we run out of desk. Since taking all the desks apart, there's a CPU right here that I need. This right here is a 10900K. Has been used for some testing and stuff like that. All right, so I'm gonna clean this off because we are actually going to be delivering this today. Apart from getting these countertop desks transported over, we have a secondary goal. So that room we're setting up, we're gonna put some sound dampening in. And there's a guy named Sean who has been a fan ever since the Newegg TV days, who actually met and had lunch with quite a few years ago. But he reached out and offered me some sound panels. Actually I think like 10 big old sound panels that we're gonna include in there. And then he was like, I'm actually trying to put a system together, and he was thinking about getting a 11700K. And I was like, hey, I've actually got two 10900Ks, even more cores and everything than even your 11900K, so how about that? He said, sure. So I'm gonna trade this for some sound dampening panels. Norie's a little unsure of what's going on, but look, there it is. What progress. So we've destroyed my workspace here, and we've pulled all the tables out. Now we just have a lonely folding table where that computer is going to get set back up again, at least temporarily. Beyond that, we need to collect a few of these legs and stuff scattered around, but we really need to get on the road. It's getting late already. Okay, let's go.
So,
Can you make it through?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. You're doing great, Joe. Joe volunteered for this. I'll help you instead of filming. All right, we made a quick stop because this is Sean over here. Hey, Sean.
Hey, guys.
Sean offered me some sound dampening panels that he made, so let's check those out. So these are made of like yak hair and snake venom and
So
stuff?
I took rock wool. The rock wool comes in 2-inch thicknesses, but these are only 1 inch thick.
Okay.
So I used a bandsaw blade and cut the rock wool in half long ways. So
Nice.
basically sliced it in half long ways because 2 inches is good for like studios, but I don't need that for an office.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I just cut it in half and got the rock wool to go twice as far. There's 10 of them. They're 4 feet by 2 feet.
Okay.
So and they do a fantastic job.
Excellent.
Yeah.
And for the center room where we don't have any sound dampening yet, it's a great solution. And that's what we're working on today is that second room because we got to get it set up to run benchmarks and stuff in there.
Thank you.
Actually, no, let's look inside. What's inside this Threadripper Pro?
What's inside this Threadripper?
Threadripper Pro mug we have. There's some stickers and stuff.
And what's this?
And there it is. The 10900K,
Hey.
which you guys already know because we showed it to you earlier in the video.
That'd be a big help.
But Sean is gonna, so you already have a motherboard and stuff?
Yep, I have a motherboard on order. It's gonna upgrade my aging 5960X.
That's gonna be a solid
It's
upgrade.
gonna be a big upgrade. And the only reason why I'm really upgrading is because I built a new desk and I want to downsize the ITX. And just the ATX takes so much space and I don't want to put it on the floor. So I was like, you know what, I'll just make a smooth, streamlined, small little build. I think put it with the sunny side up, Meshalicious.
Okay.
Meshify, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Meshalicious, right? Yeah, I'm thinking
Mesh,
of that one.
it's one of those.
Yeah.
One of those with good
That
airflow.
little guy.
Yeah.
So that'll work, and this is a big help. So I'm happy that these could go to a good home. This goes to a good home. Hopefully, it's a win across the board for everybody.
I think it's a solid trade too. So thank you very much, Sean.
All right, well,
appreciate it. Send me some pictures of that system once it's all built.
Cool.
All right, we're gonna get these loaded up
Yeah.
and head back to the office. We've made our way to Lowe's, and the first item of business is going to be some wall brackets for those tables. I'm actually not sure what's in the walls in my office. I'm not sure if it's wood studs or metal or anything like that. So I'm not completely sure I can mount these to studs. That's why we're going to be using some legs underneath it. But these at least are going to provide some support and stability against the wall. Got the brackets. Next up, we need a refrigerator. Just a mini fridge, something small, not too big. They got these that have like a separate freezer. Those are 280, 270. Something slightly smaller might be more practical, but gosh. Oh, and then a water cooler. They have water coolers over here too. We're gonna get one of those because water should be kept cool at all times. Joe has arrived with our flatbed. So Joe, I was looking at these up here and there's some good options, but I feel like maybe this one, because look, it's on sale. It's a special. It was supposed to be 240 or 260 bucks, but now it's 200. And look, it's got that separate freezer. And look at all this space. You could fit like a whole case of soda in here, right?
Yeah, for tech news.
Yeah, for Tech News soda.
Adult soda.
And there's only one of them left.
Alright, it's for you. This is the part where like you just told me work.
Did you guys see Joe's shirt today? He got a special shirt he wanted to show everyone. It's the Mandalorian.
So don't buy Paul's 8-bit shirt, buy this one instead.
That's not what I was saying. Oh, thank you for moving that refrigerator by yourself too. That's so very helpful. Now we have the true ultimate question, which is the inexpensive white one, the slightly more expensive black one, but that keeps the water up on top of it, or the even more expensive black and silver one here that lets you load the water inside in case you don't have the strength, to lift it up and put it up on top. The frugal part of me says $100 for this one, but then I'm like, this one would match much better with the refrigerator that we just got. So I'm thinking this one, right?
The middle one?
Yeah.
Primo? Alright.
Primo. The box is the same color. Alright. It's water, let's go with the water cooler.
Yeah.
We got a truck full of stuff to unload, but one more important quick stop first. We're at the post office. We're gonna ship this package out. This is the last prize winner. So Phil Sorry I'm a little late, but it's on its way now. This is a RTX 3080 Ti. Fridge is getting installed. Look, we got a doorstop now. See? It's right here. Works. It's awesome.
In and out, in and out.
Sound panels next. It is now day 2, so Joe's not here anymore, and believe it or not, there's like a week and a half that's gone by between day 1 and day 2 because I went on a trip, and then some people got sick, and we didn't have childcare for a while, and now there's a massive heat wave, and everything's fine. But the main point is that we're now much closer to the time when I need to be running a bunch of benchmarks in this area over here. So I need to get these tables set up, and I need to bring this video to some sort of conclusion. So let me give you a quick rundown of my plans for today. We have the appliances, the refrigerator, and the water cooler that's over here. I'm gonna get those set up over in this corner so we can get the beginnings of like a little, snack and refreshment area. I gotta get the countertops set up, of course, and I need to clear a bunch of stuff out because there's still some leavings from unboxings and various things that we've done in the past few weeks. I'm probably not gonna get these sound panels up on the walls quite yet because, like I said, the focus right now is on functional space. Over here in the main office, my space is pretty functional over here. It's not set up perfect and ideally the way I want it to. I still have a bunch of work I want to do over in the corner there, but the point is I can sit down here and record a video without too much trouble. So for this room, I need to be able to sit down and run benchmarks, and to that end, I've also brought over at least one of my test beds to get set up to day 2. And who knows, I might make some progress on Joe's area as well, but I got the time-lapse camera set up. So I'm gonna put on some music and get to work for the next hour or 2, and I'll come back and update you on my progress. All right, so I got this area pretty well cleared out and vacuumed, and I'm working on the actual countertop tables now, and I've made a decision that you guys may or may not like, but let me explain it first. So I pulled off one of my wall plates here. This one just had some old telephone wiring in it, so I just shoved that back in the wall to cover it up. But I wanted to double check something, and that is that the studs in my office here are not wood, they are metal. At least as far as I can tell in terms of this wall right here. And likely that applies to all of my walls, or at least most of my walls, because this, I think, used to be a larger office and they put up some walls in between to make them into smaller offices. And honestly, I'm not really supposed to be doing a lot of like drilling into the wall and wall mounting stuff anyway, so I am not gonna be using these brackets to partially wall mount these countertops because I don't know that I'll be able to find studs to drill into, and I don't really want to drill into metal studs anyway. So we're gonna go old school for our tables and actually just use, table legs. I have 9 of them, so that should be enough to get one set up over here and one set up over here. I'm gonna do 4 at each corner and then one in the middle. And that does mean I'm gonna have one extra countertop that I can't set up today. I think I'm gonna put that one right over here, and I think I'm gonna put the sit stand desk frame that is actually currently on my big desk in here, because this big desk is unfortunately just a little bit wobbly for my taste. I don't know if you can tell right now, but I'd like this to be much more sturdy, especially for doing builds on top of. So I've actually ordered one more of the sit stand desk frames that Joe Joe's desk is using, the L-shaped ones here. And I think I'll be able to shrink that down enough to fit like here, here, and here, and provide a lot more stability for this desk out here. Then I'll be taking that frame and doing one more sit stand right here, just because I've got it, and that'll provide a little bit more window view. So this will be one more little workstation right there, either for benchmarking or gaming or whatever. So that does mean I won't be using my stud finder today, which is okay because it just keeps going off anyway whenever I hold it. But I do get to use my drill and driver, so that's still pretty exciting. All right, I got pretty much all the legs mounted except for this one here, which you might notice is just a little bit off. That's because it's not actually attached underneath. I wasn't sure where to put this one. I wanted to kind of scoot it back a little bit if I can, while also providing support, of course, for this corner. But what's really gonna help is installing these. These are the little tie plates that I got, actually pretty reasonably sized tie plates. So I'm gonna mount these up underneath to hold the two countertops together, and then I will figure out where to mount that last leg. Ta-da, there it is. It's pretty simple for now, pretty basic, but again, the goal is functional. I want a functional setup, and I did leave the power strip on the one table. This is actually the front-facing table from the garage setup before, so that's still on there so I can plug some stuff in. I need to install some of the cable management, little wire rack things under there. I'll be getting to that very soon, I'm sure. But I did bring my X570 test bed over here with the X570 dark motherboard from EVGA. Just popped a graphics card on there so I can do this and turn it on. And I stole Joe's monitor, the really nice Asus monitor whose model number I forget right now because it's confusing. Why are you doing all those beeps? But it is 4K, so I need a 4K monitor for testing over here. What is the model number anyway? ROG Swift PG32UQX. Okay, I looked. It's the ROG Swift PG32UQX monitor that Asus sent over for us. Just doesn't want to focus. So you need input select Asus. It's on HDMI 1. Hey, there it is. I switched to DisplayPort. Not sure why the HDMI wasn't working there, but it's okay. We got a signal. This system is, well, not good to go. I need to do some updates and setup and make sure it's all good to go for benchmarking, because that can be a time-consuming process. But having this space over here to do that and to add some more test beds too, and maybe another monitor or two, is really, really nice. I will also say that those tie plates I got are actually working really, really well too. They're super strong, and even though I only used like 3 screws on either side, they're holding these two tables together really solidly. I ended up adding the last table leg right there in the middle just to provide some additional support for this part here, but honestly, it's like super stable and super strong and sturdy. So I am quite happy with that, although yes, some cable management attention is still needed. For anyone, especially Joe, who's like, hey, why did you steal Joe's monitor? Do not worry, Joe still has a really nice epic Asus ROG monitor over here that even still has the ROG RGB logo on the back. I just haven't plugged this one in quite yet. And I do still need to get Joe's editing workstation built here too, because that's something that would also be really nice to have. But getting my office a little bit more functional and getting things set up the way I want to is something that I've really been trying to do, and even though I've had to do it a little bit at a time, and sometimes I have delays of like a week plus, I will say that I am very happy to be continuing to make progress with that, and getting the test bed area set up is definitely something that was high on my priority list, even though I sadly had to take apart my garage set, which has been in use for quite some time. So saying goodbye to my garage set, although there is plenty of potential there for the future, as well as tons of potential for here in my office. But that is gonna wrap it up for this video, you guys. Thank you very much for watching, and if you guys have any suggestions, as always, I'd love to hear those in the comment section down below. Let me know if you look looking at my office and you're like, Paul, you should really do this there, or not do this there, or whatever you feel like. If you're interested in supporting my channel, you can check out my store at paulshardware.net, where you can buy shirts, mugs, pint glasses, as well as my new 8-bit designs, which are really cool looking. I'm trying to wear those more often. It seems like they're always dirty because I'm always wearing them. But many thanks to you guys for your support there. Also, thanks to anyone who wants to hit the thumbs up button on this video if you really liked it. And if you want to subscribe to my channel, that's a great call too. Thanks again for watching, guys, and we'll see you all in the next video.